With 2022 fast approaching, a lot of us are really worried about whether we'll reach our goals or not. I know it's been really hard with the pandemic and with everything going on in the world, whether it's the global economy or what's going on in different places of the planet right now, that's stopping a lot of us from reaching where we want to be. The journey of self-improvement is paved with challenges. And when life throws you a challenge, such as this huge pandemic, such as the ability to not go outside safely, you have to be wearing masks, you have to be very scared, you really feel like you can't achieve what you set out for yourself to achieve. The option is this: if you overcome it, you'll be stronger than you've ever been. But if you fail and you choose to shy away from these challenges and you don't look for ways around it, then you'll end up being weaker than you were before. It's crazy. I remember listening to my dad answer one of the biggest questions that a lot of Christians have today, and the question was, why is it that we go through battles? Why is it that God loves us, yet we still go through huge battles as Christians? A lot of us, many of us live in horrible conditions. Many of us have to fight for everything we get, but why can't it be easy? Why is it that even though you're a Christian, even though you love God, even though you serve Him, you still feel like you're constantly under attack? Well, the answer that my father gave, which is very interesting, is he gave the answer that God will not give you a battle that He knows that you can't handle. God will never give you a battle that you can't handle. He'll give you something that will make you stronger, something that you will be able to handle. And not only will you know that God is God and God is on His throne after you defeat this huge battle, but you'll also understand that you have a lot of strength in yourself. If you've never taken that choice to start afresh, to start your journey of growth, to start your journey of self-improvement, to be the best version of you can be, then my friend, the new year that's coming up, 2022, is your year to start this. So I have an important announcement to make. This year, 2022, will be the year of introspection. And when I say it'll be the year of introspection, I mean it'll be the year of reflecting and self-improvement, internal improvement over external improvement. This is what I mean. For many of us, we choose our goals as where we want to be. I want to have this much money. I want to lose this much weight. I want to reach this many goals. I want to do this in my relationship. I want to meet this attractive person, this good-hearted person. Yet we don't choose to work on ourselves inwardly in order to get there. So we look at the goal we want, we say we want to be there, we say we want that attractive body, we say we want that $1 million in our account, we say that we want that grade, but we don't focus on what we can do internally, what habits we can form, what choices we should make every single day in order to get there. Remember, always ask yourself this. Don't ask yourself, where can I be? Ask yourself who you can be. We are going to focus inward. We're going to put our growth internally. Instead of focusing on how we can attract that beautiful partner, how we can make more friends, how we can increase our social life, our personal life, our finances, we're going to ask ourselves what we can do internally to form the structure of a person who is naturally attracted to attract the best people into their lives, whether this is socially, relationship-wise, financially. We're going to ask ourselves what habits we can implement to our daily lives in order to become a better person. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down at least 5 goals. 5 goals that you want to achieve. This is where you can ask yourself where you want to be, right? We're not at the internal part. We're still at the external part, the external motivation. I want to have this house. I want to be able to afford this. I want to be able to go onto the beach and look good in my beach body. I want to be able to meet new people everywhere I go. I want to be, just highlight these things that you want to do, where you want to be externally. Once you've written 5 things, I want you to write 5 habits that accompany these goals. So if it's, I want to study harder, I want to get better grades, then a habit could be, I will take notes every time before I enter classroom, or I'll read more books, or I will focus in on how I can regime my schedule to get more time to study. So I want you to write down the habits you want to form, in order to reach these goals. So instead of saying, I want to cut down 20 pounds or 10 kgs, whatever amount of weight you want to cut out, rather focus on, I want to build the habit of going to the gym and eating healthy. I want to start intermittent fasting. I'm not going to eat from this time to this time. I'm going to focus on cardio on Monday. I'll go to the gym at least 3 times a week. I want you to focus in on what you can do. You're taking the power from the external frame, the external motivation you have, from that idea of being fit, and you're pulling it towards internally, what you can control. You can control whether you eat well. You can control whether you go to the gym. You can control on how long you study for. You can control on how well you create your product to be before you give it to the market. You can control on how well you choose to take interactions between other people. So this year, we're going to take the power away from external needs, external goals, and we're going to put it towards internal goals, internal needs. If your goal is to love yourself more, what habits can you form that reflect the self-love, right? So you have to assume, of course, that you love yourself. And this is almost like a fake it till you make it type thing, even though it's totally not. You are enough. You are worth everything in this world. You deserve everything. You're worth more than everything in this world. But if you want to love yourself more this year, what would somebody who loves themselves do internally? Will they focus on building up their mind, reading more books? Will they eat better, eat more healthy? Will they surround themselves with more motivating, positive individuals in their life? Will they choose to really build that type of person that loves themselves? Remember, what we're doing is we're taking this internal work, this internal self-improvement we'll have, this habit building, this goal taking, and we're going to externally reflect it to our situations. Your brain wants proof over promises, right? And so you can always promise yourself that, hey, I will build the habit of reading more, but then if you don't do it, your brain won't reflect the goals you want to achieve. So when I say we're looking internally, I say we're focusing in on who we are or who we want to be rather than where we want to be or what we want to be. One last thing that I want everyone to implement, no matter what you're going through right now, no matter what you are really focusing on for next year, I want you to implement one thing, one goal: to look at everything more positively. Yes, I know the past 2 years were horrible. Yes, I know that a lot of people ended up losing their jobs, having to stay at home for many people with their abusers. They had to go through horrible periods of sickness. If you've gotten COVID before, you've gone through these horrible times in the past 2 years. But I want to tell you something. You are, in effect, in control of every emotion you have. Remember, your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions are all in a circle. They're in a cycle. That's called the cycle of thought in psychology. And your thoughts are in connection with your emotions. If you want to feel better every single day, if you want to feel more eccentric, more excited, more positive every single day in 2022, then you have to change your thoughts. I want you to look at everything positively. If you miss the bus and the bus leaves you for work and you're going to be late, at least you can sit there and you can read, or you can meditate, or you can pray, or you can speak to the person next to you. If you end up losing a lot of money, you can say, hey, look, I've lost that money, but there's nothing I can do to get that. Let me focus on the lesson I've learned. When you focus on the positive, you're taking the power away from the external environment. You can get negative people in your life bashing you constantly. You can get negative things happening in your life constantly. But as long as you stay positive, it will not affect you. It'll be like a chink or a little stone thrown at your armor. So my friend, thank you for watching this video. I hope you're as excited for the new year as I am. I've been working myself hard and I've been trying to prepare everything for the next year because there are big things coming out next year. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you.